Guys, welcome to a week 5 edition of the Mncfl Insider Show. This is the first one of the year. I would like to start off by thanking everybody for just making this league as strong and as good as it's been. I'd ask that everybody remember to stay in communication with your opponents and stay in communication on the forums as well as, you have to at least check in period. I would say once a day just to see what's new, what's going on, and that's a way to stay informed. A couple things, something new that I've added this year, and I just didn't want people having to play the same sub over and over again, so I've allowed uh, weekly CPU versus user games, and that will continue throughout the year. Obviously, there are some games that I would prefer to see played. As in this week, the Chicago Bears played the Minnesota Vikings. The guy had asked a couple weeks ago to use the Bears as a second team, so I allow that. Uh, just as well, the Bills play the Ravens. I haven't seen the Ravens on them for a while, so I'm gonna sub that one. And I've also been playing as a Texans with my second team, so I'll play the Titans as well. Just be sure, guys, that if you play the computer uh, in a week, if this week, for instance, we have Cincinnati and Pittsburgh as a computer game. If that result isn't turned in and the spine isn't sitting to me by the time I start doing the following Sunday, those will result in automatic losses for the user team. So I encourage you to take care of it early um, as possible and get it sent in. There'll be no exceptions. If you don't play versus a computer and you're supposed to, that'll be an automatic loss. Uh, Another thing, I had allowed several owners to take on second teams. I'm kind of discouraged by some things that happened last week by some games not getting played. So I'm going to pull back on some of that for some people until we can get a show, until they can show some consistency with playing all their games. And I don't want to just pick on Duper, but uh, there are quite a few. I got quite a few messages from people that were unhappy with the situation with the Bucks and the Seahawks games, and a lot of people felt that you are using that to avoid playing the Bucks, who may or may not have a better team. And so, in order to have two teams, you have to play both of your games. Play your first team game for sure, in order to be able to manage two teams. And so right now that didn't happen. So we're gonna pull back on some of that for some people. Looking ahead into Week 5, we have some very interesting matchups for Week 5. I'll give you a rundown of the schedule. We had the Cincinnati Bengals again playing the Steelers. That is a CPU versus user game. We had the Dallas Cowboys playing the Washington Redskins. It'll be an interesting one as Keith Jr. has been running the Redskins, so I'm sure that would be fun. We had the Dolphins playing the Browns. Again, the Dolphins have no owner, so that'll be a CPU versus user game. The Bills and the Ravens, I'll step in as that, as I said earlier. The Eagles and the Jags, that'll be a good one. Mac has moved to the Jags. Uh, the Saints and the Lions, that is also a CPU game. The Colts and the Giants will be very interesting. We got Copperhead 41, the new owner in the league, playing the Giants. The New York Jets at the Packers. The Bears at the Vikings. That should put the Guy versus the Hog. The Rams versus the Cardinals, a CPU versus user game. I've seen the Panthers owner around, so I didn't make that a CPU game. I don't know if he played this game this week. I don't think he did. But please inform me if you can't get in contact with him by Wednesday, and we'll turn that into a CPU versus user game as well. Titans at the Texans, that'll be interesting as I'll play Omari. The Buccaneers play the 49ers. That will be very interesting as both teams are much better and playing good football. So it's going to be a contest there. And you got the Chiefs at the Broncos, which I also feel is a huge game over there in the AFC. I haven't seen Tony in a while, so that may end up being sub two as well. So teams with a bye are the Patriots, Raiders, Chargers, and Falcons. I also noticed that there are some injuries this week. You got Brody Croyle hurt down in I don't know. I didn't write the freaking names down. So you got Brody Croyle hurt, James Harrison hurt, Richard Marshall, wide receiver Dez Price, quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, and wide receiver Don Williams. I'll have that information uploaded to the site as well here shortly. Remember that we've changed. There's no more team business area. All that stuff needs to go now into the war room, please. Please remember that. And the issue with numbers, I don't mind changing numbers, but I only will change the numbers inside of the game. So I won't use the editor to change numbers. I'll change numbers with the game, and if that number is available, the game will allow me to change it. If not, then the teams need to find out what player is wearing the number that they want another player to wear and make two switches, and so that number can become available. I will not do it for you. That's just very time consuming. I would rather know who you switching, and it just makes it easier for me. So if you want number changes, I don't care about that. As long as the game will do it, that's fine. Other than that, we look forward to having a good week, and I hope to talk to you here in the near future. Thank you very much.